Hi everyone, welcome back to the second video of our video series. My name is Justin. I go to Pleasant Grove High School in Elk Grove, California. And our high school team's vision is to spread awareness about the consequences of continual carbon emissions. And we try to offer a cleaner and more green alternative to transportation and traveling. In today's video, we will talk about energy sources. And what are energy sources, you might ask? We'll find out.
Okay, guys, today we're going to talk about sustainable energy.
Sustainable energy, get it? Okay.
It's not that sus. Did you know that fossil fuels are the largest source for generating energy in the US? It generates about 60% of all our electricity. Even though fossil fuel is the largest source for generating electricity, we know that fossil fuel is not a sustainable energy and it actually harms the environment because of how much it pollutes the air and it just creates more greenhouse gases. But luckily, we have a lot of other alternatives that can be more sustainable to the environment. Before we get into the types of different energy sources, we want to talk about what is sustainable energy. So sustainable energy is a form of energy that can be used over and over again without doing long-term damage to the environment. It can also mean that these types of energy are more or less unlimited and it can be used anytime. There are many different forms of sustainable energy that we can use to minimize global warming. So first, let's talk about solar energy. It's a hot topic. Solar radiation is light or electromagnetic radiation by the sun. As we look at this diagram on the right, we see that the sun is on the top left corner and the photons are coming from the sun rays and it goes down to the solar panels. And the solar panels are essentially just absorbing those photons. That's how it collects them and generate electricity. It goes through those cables and that's how power gets become available. Solar panel capture the radiation and convert it into usable energy, as we talked about earlier. So in our day-to-day lives, we see solar panel everywhere, basically. I don't know about you guys, but there's this one time when I was young and I went to Las Vegas, and before entering the city, I saw this huge ocean of blue panels. At first, I thought it was like a body of water. I thought it was that, but turns out it's a bunch of solar panels and it's just laid right on the field. Solar panels can also be put on top of roofs and it can be anywhere where the sun can reach it. The sun comes out and it just shines onto the solar panel and boom, there's your electricity. In sophomore year of high school, I also did a project called the solar race car, I believe, and it's this thing on the right hand side of the screen. It's basically you have a solar panel and you mash it up into a battery, and then that's how it powers and propels the vehicle forward. And then the second type of energy we're looking at is the wind energy. They're our biggest fans, and we're also their biggest fans. Wind power is used to produce mechanical energy that turns electric generators. So as we can see in the diagram, the wind goes through, it turns the rotor blades, then it turns the gearbox, just like the gears, it turns each other, and it powers the generator. It goes through the power cable, it goes through the tower, then it goes through the cable and eventually to our households. Electricity gets generated from fans that get rotated by winds blowing in. Well, that's not sure what I just said. And if we look at our day-to-day lives, okay, this one is the one I meant to put. We see a bunch of windmills, lined up across the field. Contrary to the common logic, windmills actually operate under cold weather as well. So it's not limited to only areas that are warm, but it also works in areas that are cold. Our third type of energy source is tidal energy. Our love for it is unwavering. So the natural motion of tidal waves are used to move a turbine and it generates electricity, just like I previously mentioned how the wind energy works. So basically the water or the waves, they work like the wind. So it basically just turns the turbine And see, it says it right there. It uses the same process as wind, and it generates electricity using the mechanical energy from another source, and the other source being the water. Lastly, we can talk about the geothermal energy. Let's get down to earth. This uses the geothermal energy from the Earth's core, which is also known as the lava. It's really hot under the Earth crust. Basically, water becomes extremely hot when traveling through the pipes miles below the ground, and the process generates steam to power a generator. We actually have a better diagram that illustrates that. So the cold water gets pumped down to near the lava, and then the steam and the hot water goes back up and it generates electricity. And again, it goes through the cables and then it goes, to our individual households that require electricity. That will be it for today. Thank you for watching. In the next video, we will talk about bike communities, and it's basically our ideas of how we want to implement this encouragement for a more sustainable mode of transportation in different neighborhoods. We want to make this accessible to everyone, no matter what their background is, whatever their what their geographical location is. But we just want to start from our community, and we want to test out this plan of implementing a bike only community. Please stay tuned. Like this video if you feel interested in this subject. Just provide me with feedbacks in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.